I've made over $2 million with self-published books, and most of that money has come from people who hired me for coaching or consulting or brand deals or something that happened after the book. There was one main thing that I did in all three of my self-published books in order to create that outcome. And this is probably what we spend the most time on upfront with every single one-on-one client that I work with. So in this video, I'm going to unpack exactly what that one thing is and exactly how to do this for your book so that it actually gets you customers and clients for your business. Honestly, I discovered this one thing a little bit by accident. My background is in flipping houses, buying rental properties. I purchased a few dozen rentals by the time I was like 30 years old. I achieved financial freedom. And then I really wanted to help other people in coaching. And I wanted to get coaching clients. And so I wrote a book to do that. I really just thought I needed to niche this book down a lot to stand out. And so I wrote this book about how to hire a sales rep to grow a real estate investing business. Very niche. No one's ever written a book on this one topic before. The cool thing about that is I was now invited to go on all the top real estate investing podcasts because I did not compete with their offers. I had this very small segment of the market that I was claiming. And so they were happy to have me on and help me promote my book. And this led to me getting my first consistent stream of coaching clients from this book on this very niche topic. Now, fast forward 4 years, I've been real estate coaching. Everything's going great, except for the fact that I am totally sick of talking about real estate. And so I pivoted to helping people get into the coaching and consulting space. And when I did that, I wrote this book as my sort of announcement that I'm doing this new niche, ironically called Nail Your Niche. However, there was plenty of books about how to be a great coach and have a coaching business. And there's also some very popular books about finding your niche, right? They're just more general, find your niche in life kind of thing. Well, I wrote a book that paired the two together. It's how to find your niche in a coaching or consulting business. And because this was the very first book to ever be written on that exact topic, this got me tons of clients. To this day, still gets me dozens of high ticket clients every single year, even though I don't really do this in a way that I advertise anymore. And that's because a handful of years ago, I changed what I do to helping experts, coaches, consultants grow their businesses with books. This is where my heart ultimately is at. Once again, when I pivoted, I wrote a book in order to come out with as the heartbeat of my marketing. It already worked twice, so why not do it again, right? And this is called Get Clients with a Book. And there's lots of books about how to write books. And there's also lots of books about how to get more clients. But there's not really one definitive book on how to get clients with a book. And so I decided to be the first to write this book, to pair those two things together. And now this book is the backbone of my coaching and consulting business today. So with all three of those books, I found a concept or a problem that was not specifically being solved. And I planted my flag and decided to be the guy who would solve that one thing and write a book showing how to do it. Now, some people might say that when you niche down your book so much, don't you limit how many people would be interested in reading it? You might think that broad books are actually the smarter play when it comes to getting more people to buy and read your book. And I would say that that is probably true if your only goal is to have a best-selling book that is super wide spreading. However, when you want to have a coaching or consulting business or some kind of expert business model that is led by a book, where the book is your primary marketing asset, it is better to be niched down, just like it is better to niche down the actual offer that your coaching or consulting business provides. Like instead of just being a marketing agency for business owners, it's easier to be a marketing agency for attorneys because you have far less competition and you can go a lot more specialized. And if you're going to do that, then the book that you would write would be a marketing book for attorneys because the concept in your book and your more premium offers have to match. In fact, Michael Hyatt, who has written multiple bestsellers, says that he'll write a very broad reaching book about every 2 years, and then he'll write 1 or 2 more niche business growth books each year. So he's pumping out more of these niche books to help promote and drive his offers and the things that he wants to sell than he is the more broad reaching books. In a perfect world, you might have both, but if you're just trying to sustain a coaching, consulting, or expert type business, you really only need one very niche book that displays who you help, the problem you solve, what makes you unique. And by the way, if you need some help figuring out that, what your book concept is, how it's going to stand out, I've just launched a brand new program called the 5-Day Book Breakthrough Challenge, where you work with me one-on-one to fully develop your book concept, to make sure that it stands out and it's unique and that it actually attracts the clients and the customers that you want to get. And then we even actually fully develop your outline in this time as well, which makes the writing of your book so much easier. You also get a ton of bonuses when you join this program. And it's just you and me. It's one-on-one coaching for 5 days. It's an intensive thing designed to get you a result fast. You can read all about it by clicking the link in the description. If you want to write a book to get applause or to get book royalties, then niching down may not be for you. But if you want real results in terms of bottom line revenue for your business, nothing has worked better for me than niching down more. Hope this helps. Please hit the like button, and I'll see you next time.